What to do when you've been doing it all wrong? Now, to be honest with you, this is an interesting question because, hey, something is always better than nothing. But if you're someone who is watching this right now and you feel like you've just been spamming, you've been cold messaging everyone, you've been saying the wrong things, you've been posting all about your products, you've been pestering your family and friends, you've been doing all this, you've been traveling up and down the country to no avail, just wasting money on fuel and parking, don't worry. Because everyone, I believe everyone at some point, it's actually better to do something and realize you're wrong and then redo it than having to learn all the right ways and then falling into the trap of, oh, I need to learn this, I need to learn this, I need to learn this, I need to learn this. It's much better being an action taker than a learner, right? Do it and then learn it after. And I'm going to tell you a little story about this. So I was fortunate enough on my birthday, my mum, she drove a Mini at the time, like a black Mini, like a Mini Cooper. And it was an awesome car. My dad said to me, he said, Fraser, can I trust you? I said, yes, of course you can, Dad. He said, I'm going to stick learner plates on here and I need you to listen. I need you to take 3 driving lessons. And then you and me are going to drive everywhere. And I'm going to do phone calls. I'm going to work from the car, right? And I was like, oh God. Now, I'd never driven a car before. I'd never driven a manual car before. I'd never driven a manual car before. So I did 3 lessons, 3 one-hour lessons, and I learned like the clutch, the mirrors, and basically that was pretty much it. But in the UK, especially, you're allowed to drive with someone who has a license, right? And has had a license in it. They've got to be over a certain age and they have to have had their license for a certain amount of time. 3 lessons. I then went round the streets, down, like literally not down the motorways, down the dual carriageways, around the village for hours and hours and hours and hours with my dad in the car whilst he was on calls, obviously paying attention to the situation that was going on. Literally about 12 lessons after that, I passed. Now they say, I think in the highway code or whatever, that someone should have at least 50, maybe even 60 lessons, hours, before they take their exam, minimum. I did it with 16 or 17 hours. Why? Because I learned the very basics to enable me to do the work. I then did it and did it and did it and did it and did it until I felt so comfortable doing it. Then I learned the advanced stuff like the 3-point turn and the the parallel parking and bay parking and all that, and reverse around the corner, blah, 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 emergency stop, all of that sort of stuff. But I learned the basics, did it, became a massive action taker, and then learned the advanced stuff. And that's how my dad taught me with everything. Be an action taker first, learner second. So when you think you've been doing it all wrong, don't worry. You just need to get into a situation where you can learn, and you can learn and then do and hold accountable. If you learn something, then do it, then hold yourself accountable with an accountability partner, you can have massive success. All right, so I hope that helps. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like this sort of content, feel free to hit that subscribe button, like this video, give me a comment, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Feel free also to connect with me over on Instagram and Facebook. And in the meantime, go ahead and watch those 2 recommended videos I've got for you there, and see you soon.